Okay, in this video we're going to go over how to input your RWI assessment scores through using a Google form. So first, as a teacher, after taking the assessment with the student, you'll want to go into the teachers folder, CW. Under teachers folder CW, you will then proceed to go to courses. Once you are in courses, then proceed to RWI. Again, this is only for the RWI assessments. We will not be using this for English Ladder at the moment. After this, you'll go into assessments. As you can see here in assessments, here will be the actual assessments for printing. But in this case, we've already took the assessment with the student, so we will want to click on this right here, which is the RWI assessment form. When you click on this, it will bring up this page. In each section, you will see it in the preview form as such. And from here, as the teacher, you're just going to want to enter in your center code. So I'm going to use BE3, my old center. You're going to want to input your name. You will pick the date of the assessment, not the date that you are inputting it, but the day you took the assessment with the student. You will put in the student's full name, so in this case we'll use Ian, the other trainer, Ian Broughton. And you'll also want to put in student school year. If you're not sure of the student's school year, you will be able to find that information on School Tracks. Next, you will choose which RWI level the assessment results are for. So in this case, we're going to use green. As you can see now, you'll actually see that this is the green book. It will also match the same color as the form. As you can see here, the green form. And now we are simply going to input the score. So you would be looking at your assessment sheet here. In this case, we have a score out of 43. Now don't worry, because you are unable to insert a number too high. So you can only insert a number 43 or below. So we'll say Ian did very well on this, and he got 43 out of 43 sounds. And again, very simply, you're just going to fill in these boxes. As you can see here, they match the scores, right? And they're actually titled the same, so you'll know exactly which section you need to input in which box, right? So part 2, we'll say he got a 3, and we'll just fill these in very quickly. But make sure you are filling them in accurately, and they match the assessment form you took with the student. Next, we'll say he got a 10 out of the whole sentence and a 12 out of his read a passage, and 1 for fluency. After that, you're just going to submit it, and now it says that your RWI assessment form has been submitted. And if you have usually a pile of these, then you just move on to the next student, right? To stay organized, it's probably better to do each class at one time. And then again, you'll just fill in the same information again for the different student. Now for center managers, after your teachers have submitted this through the Google form, you will then be able to check specifically on your own sheet. This will be shared with you depending on your center. So in this case, this is the BE3 one. So you'll have access to your center's RWI assessment scores, and as you can see here, it's broken apart into each different level. So we haven't input any yet for F1 and F2, but if we go to green, we can now see that I, Payne Roberts, as a teacher, submitted it at this time with Ian, and it has all his information. And it's a great tool because now it adds up all of it. It'll give you a total, and it'll actually give you a percentage. And as you input more scores, you'll actually get to see the overall student average for each RWI level at your center. So it's a great way to track how students are doing overall in the courses. And that is how to successfully fill in the RWI assessment form for teachers, and how to make sure and track that your teachers are doing this by looking for the center managers at the actual RWI assessment score spreadsheet that's broken down into the different levels.